with you guys about active and slim tonight. Hopefully some of you guys have samples, and maybe if you didn't have samples, you'll be able to reach back out to whoever you invited and get a sample from them after we get done talking about products. So we're going to start out by talking about Plexus Slim. Okay, and I brought a couple little of the sticks here. So Slim looks like this if you have one variety, or it may look like this. It's a little bit longer if you have the other variety. We just had some packaging changes too, so I know I sent some of my people out some that looks like this, but it's the same, just a different package. But Slim, so it was actually originally developed when scientists were working on something for diabetics, and they realized that this product helped to control blood sugar levels, but it also had weight loss as one of its side effects. So as they were like testing their control group, they realized that people were losing weight. And that was because of how the blood sugar being level, how that affected the body. So, this was originally marketed for weight loss, but I'm going to tell you about some of the other things that it does that goes far beyond, weight loss. So it can make you, lose weight if you're looking to lose weight, but it also can help people who struggle to gain weight. And that's because like their blood sugar isn't staying at the level it needs to consistently. It can help those people gain weight. So really what it's doing is helping to bring your blood sugar to the appropriate level and try to keep it there. So if you aren't a diabetic, why does blood sugar even matter? Okay. I have people ask me that all the time, or they'll say, I don't need this because I'm not a diabetic. But blood sugar matters really to everyone. It affects your insulin level, and insulin is like your body's master hormone. Okay. It is the hormone that bosses everybody else around and tells them what to do. So if your insulin isn't doing what it needs to do, then it's going to affect your other hormones, putting them not in the ranges that they need to be. So as your insulin is stable, the other hormones are doing what they need to do, then we start to see that your energy is better, your weight is better, and then you're going to see things oftentimes like reduction in inflammation. Your cravings won't be as much. You will have, oftentimes we hear people have way less headaches or no headaches at all. And all of that and much more is affected by your blood sugars. So all of the ingredients in Slim are plant-based. Okay. It does not have like an amount of caffeine that you would think about, like you not being able to drink it before bed or something like that. It has like a percentage, a tiny percentage level of caffeine, but it's minuscule. It's less than a decaf cup of coffee. It has several ingredients that specifically encourage the body to burn fat cells versus versus resorting to other nutrients and cells you have in your body. It's wanting to use those at first, which is important in what we want the body to do. It also has ingredients that help to burn excess carbs that you don't need, that you have consumed. So that is helpful as well. It's got ingredients that help with inflammation throughout your body. And that is one I have noticed for me personally has made a huge difference. Let's see, it breaks down your sugar before it gets to the pancreas. And that was something I actually didn't know until recently. And I thought that was really interesting, that it's like filtering it out through the liver before it gets to the pancreas. So it's got no artificial sweeteners. It is sweetened with stevia, but it's a very high quality stevia. Stevia often bothers me in other products. I have had no issue with stevia in are slim. So if that's something that you are sensitive to, you might not be sensitive to it with this product. Gluten-free, non-GMO, no artificial colors. We get our color from the beet, and no preservatives. So there are two different varieties. There's hunger control. This one has extra fiber in it. It helps you to feel full longer, especially like if you drink it 30 minutes before a meal, that's recommended. Or if you're a person that gets really snacky, you could even have a second one later in the day when you feel snacky, and that helps. Microbiome is the other version of Slim, and that one has extra prebiotics in it. So the prebiotics are feeding the probiotics in your gut. So it's very beneficial that way. It has a watermelon raspberry flavor. And I don't think I said, sorry, the hunger control one, the original flavor for it is like a blood orange lime flavor. So real citrusy. Then we now have a new flavor that you can get for both the hunger control or the microbiome. And it is black cherry lime. So, and I love that one, like mixed up in some cherry lime LaCroix that's like sparkling flavored water, super good. Pretty much like a soda with none of the guilt, right? Okay, so the other one I'm going to talk about very briefly is Active, and I've got two of the packs here. You'll notice on the Active packs, it's got some white in the middle. Okay, this one is a pineapple lemongrass, and I would say definite emphasis on the pineapple flavor for that. And then peach mango is another flavor. I love the peach mango one mixed with unsweet iced tea. So it takes like a peach iced tea. That's one of my favorite ways. We also have a star fruit guava flavor. I just don't have any of that hanging out nearby. Active is plant-based also. It's clean energy. It's going to improve your focus. It gets rid of brain fog like nothing I have ever tried before. That's something I have dealt with for years, and it's like it just sweeps all the little foggies in your brain away. No jitters, no crash. It's sustained energy, but as you notice, like you get ready for bedtime or you're winding down, you're not going to notice this like big drop off. You can use it as a pre-workout. You can use it as a healthier option than like grabbing a Coke or, super sugary coffee, something like that. I feel like my pre-workout would be before momming every day, right? It definitely helps with that. So it's got a variety of vitamins in it that are very positive. It's got superfood extracts, beetroot, turmeric, tart cherry, which I think a lot of people hear about tart cherry a lot now. That's a popular one. Kale, blueberry, and broccoli are all in the drink. Does not taste like all of those, but those are some helpful extracts that are in there. So I've already talked about it helps with brain fog. It helps tremendously with focus, gives you sustained energy. It also helps with some like minor pain that you might have from like working out, things like that. And that is from the nitric oxide in it. People who suffer from fibromyalgia have also noticed a lot of relief from their pain of like their skin being tender, their muscles feeling really sore. That's a big difference that many people notice from the Active as well. Let's see, what else? Just trying to think. So Active is not just for like your typical energy drink users. I also want to, if you're not even a person that drinks energy drinks, but you're a person that relies on coffee, or just could really use the extra focus or energy, I would definitely give it a try. Okay, let's see. So I think that got all the things covered. I'm trying to think. The only other thing, I might share really briefly is I was going to show you guys just how to mix up Slim. It's very easy, but occasionally I have people say like, oh, it's clumping or something like that. And so things that you can do to avoid it clumping, room temperature water is great to mix it in, and you can still totally pour it over ice once you mix it. And then, so I'm mixing in mine the microbiome Slim And then I'm also going to add one of our other projects, Hydrate, to it, which is like extra electrolytes. Um, if I drink a pink drink in the evening, I really like to add the extra electrolytes to it because that is something that is super helpful. Okay, so I have room temp water. I drank just a tiny bit out of the top. Now, you can use anywhere from like 16 to 20 ounces of water. You could do a little more or less. If you do less water, it's going to have a stronger flavor. It's going to be more sweet. Also, as I'm shaking it, if you hold your bottle at an angle, that gives more surface area that is open for the water to hit. So that helps to bust up any of those little like pockets of powder and makes it to shake better. Anyway, so less water, stronger flavor, sweeter flavor, more water, lighter flavor. You do want to try to drink your Slim within about 30 minutes of mixing it up to get all the best benefits of it. It's not going to go bad if you don't, but that helps specifically like with the hunger control and those kind of things. So yeah, you can see mine's, I even have 2 drink pouches in there and it's mixed up good. But then you can pour over ice if you want. You can mix it in less water and mix more cold water in with it. But using the room temp water does make a big difference if you have any issues with mixing. Okay, I am going to kick it off to Alyssa, and she is going to share her story with us.
Hey everybody. I guess I'll go ahead and start off with my struggles. I've been on Plexus for 2 years. I have always struggled with being overweight, addicted to sodas and snack cakes, like 24/7 sodas and snack cakes. It was ridiculous. And I was tired all the time. I had severe heartburn and indigestion. I would wake up every night for my snacks and sodas. It was bad. I thought that this is what all adults went through. So, especially after marriage and having kids, I thought we all gained weight and um, didn't sleep at all. But anyways, my biggest struggle was my PCOS. My cycles were once every 6 to 18 months. And I didn't realize that all of this was gut health related. But this wasn't why I started Plexus. I started because I had some major brain fog, sorry. It felt as if I was living in a cloud. One minute I'd get in my car to go to work. The next minute I'm at work and I had no idea how I got there. But one day, about 2 years ago, my cousin had sent me a couple messages, and I was reluctant, didn't think any of this worked, but I figured I would message her back finally and see what all the hype was about. She sent me the list of bad gut health symptoms and asked if I had any. Well, I went through the list and I could check off about 90% of everything on there. So I decided to go all in, literally. I went for the variety pack, which has a little bit of everything in there. And within the first month, I had lost 5 pounds. I quit eating candy and snack cakes. I quit drinking sodas, and my brain fog went away. My cloud had disappeared. Within the first 3 months, I had stopped taking sleep aids and Tums, and I could sleep through the night without getting up. Over the first year, I had averaged about losing about 5 pounds a month, and I lost about little over 45 pounds. My cycles are now every 4 to 6 weeks, and I've had a ton more energy to spend with my 2 boys, which they're a handful. I am also saving hundreds of dollars from not buying the junk food and medication. And who doesn't like saving money? Um, but anyways, I will pass this to Abby now.
Hi, friends. Alyssa, I love your story. I've never heard that. That is amazing. Like, that's crazy. I've got a bunch of friends who also
Thank
struggle with
you.
PCOS, but like, holy cow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So thank you for sharing your story with us. Okay, so I guess it's my turn now. So I am Abby Snow. I live in Twin Falls, Idaho. I've been on the products for about 2.5 to 3 years. And we actually, our story with Plexus actually starts about 3 years prior to that, when we unfollowed my sister for sharing about Plexus. So I always say that because if you are here and you are skeptical, you are so incredibly welcome here. Like, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening, because I was you. I was you. I am an elementary PE teacher. My husband's a former exercise physiologist. World of health is kind of like our wheelhouse. And we saw my sister sharing about this pink drink and this gut health. And we're like, what in the world? Like, we're the ones with the master's degrees. We know what we're talking about. That was never in school. So this is just some like crazy thing. So if that is you, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to our stories. So we actually started refollowing my sister after she bought her dream home. We were already healthy when we started the products, didn't expect to see very many changes, if any. We're completely honest. I was expecting to use the 60-day money back guarantee because I was like, we're already healthy, we eat well, we exercise, like we're fine. Well, fast forward, a lot of things in our health actually did change. So I sleep like a rock now. Most nights I sleep really, really hard. I didn't know I had restless sleep prior to sleeping so well. I didn't know that it wasn't normal to sneak snacks from the pantry. I did not know that it was not normal to not be able to take multiple handfuls and to say no to sweets. I did not know that was not normal. It's not, just so you know, like that's a gut health, that's a blood sugar situation going on. And so those are some massive things that have changed. Some other things that have changed, I had about a 17, 18, 19-year battle with acne. My skin has always been very challenging. I used to cut bangs every year when I was in high school so I could cover up all the zits on my forehead. I remember one year in particular, the gal, she was combing over my forehead, and there were so many zits and pimples there that I just about cried as she was combing over it. It hurt so bad. So my skin has cleared up. I am wearing mascara, being recorded on video, something I never thought I would have ever done in my life. And so I actually regularly show up on social media with no makeup on, and it is so freeing. And so that has been the biggest gift to me. Like the extra thing, like the sleep is incredible. The cravings, like having all of that under control has been really nice. But this, like the skin, the clarity in my skin, not feeling like I have to cover up, has been so free. I just love that. And then I also, my A1C was borderline pre-diabetic, despite being already healthy. When we realized it was borderline pre-diabetic, we were both just like, what is going on? I don't understand. Well, we started Pink Drink, both my husband and I did, and it has come down. And we've got a 19-month-old. The products, we had those approved by my OB to take during pregnancy as well as postpartum. And my pregnancy was beautiful. You guys, there was zero swelling, there was zero discomfort. I don't know if that's just my body or if that's Plexus or a combo. I have no idea. I've not been pregnant without Plexus before. But my milk supply was phenomenal. We filled our freezer in 6 weeks using only the Haka. We had so much extra. I got to donate some to a mama in need. And that was just such a gift to be able to give. The some of the girls' trips that happened with Plexus, I was able to go on them, and we had plenty of milk to feed Georgia the whole entire time without being nervous of, oh gosh, do I have enough? There was plenty, and there was still plenty of extra when I got back. And then lugging all that milk through the airport, good Lord, that was heavy. But I'm so thankful that has been something it was just such a gift for us. And then lastly, my husband, also super duper healthy, significantly more so than myself, let's be real. But he used to struggle with sinus infections 2 to 3 times a year. They would not come out for a solid week each time. He has not had one since we started the products. And so that has given us so much freedom, because the position he used to have all of his leave was capped into one little chunk. And so anytime he was sick, he was also taking vacation time. And so that ate up any freedom that he would have had because he was sick. He hasn't had to take any of that. He hasn't had a sinus infection since we started. And it's just been a gift. And so that's just the quick version of my story. I tried so hard to go fast, and I'm feeling very proud of myself because I'm usually lengthy with words. So, Casey, I hope you are ready, because you are up, my sweet friend.
Okay, I got myself unmuted. And guys, I will try to talk fast because I'm a long story long person. So, okay, I am gonna briefly share my story with you. Probably, I'm trying to think back exactly how long. Close to 12 years ago, I started having pretty severe migraines. And then probably about 8 years ago, they got so severe that they became stroke-like. They weren't controllable. Beyond the stroke-like migraines, then I was also having regular chronic migraine. And I was to the point that I couldn't continue working. I had to leave my position as a classroom teacher full time, and I was literally couldn't work because I was so sick. I also, amongst all of this, trying to get it under control and the headaches to where I could manage and function. I ended up getting diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I had a lot of joint swelling I used to deal with. Basically just exhaustion from all the things, dealing with the health things, and on tons of medication trying to manage. So fast forward, when I initially tried Plexus, I had tried a million other supplements along with my medication. I was eating extremely healthy. I eat a really high protein, high fat, low carb diet. I eat very little refined carbs. So eating really healthy. I had just had my third baby. I could not lose weight. Like, he was 6-ish months old, and I still weighed the exact same weight as the day I came home from the hospital, even with doing all these things. I was breastfeeding. But the biggest thing was I was exhausted, like so exhausted. I was totally parenting from the couch. I couldn't cook dinner most nights. It was just unbelievable. Like, I thinking, how am I going to keep going this way? Like, this is what I have always wanted, to have these kids, and I have this awesome marriage, but I didn't feel like I was living in it. And so one of my friends reached out to me. She told me about Plexus. I said, okay, sure, let's try it. And thinking, I'm going to end up using this money back guarantee. There's no way. I've done all these things and nothing is helping. How is this going to help? But I was so desperate. I was like, maybe, just maybe. And it did. I didn't even start out with active. I started out with triplex, which includes slim in it. Started out with that, and within the first week, which slim is a product that builds upon itself as far as you noticing how it works. Like, it's not one that you're going to drink it one time and all the magic happens. It takes time for your body to heal, as it's doing through balancing your blood sugars. Anyway, within a week, I was cooking dinner. I had the energy to cook dinner. I kept going, and I started having the energy to do more things. And I started noticing, oh, I don't think my headaches are as bad as they were. I started having some headache-free hours during the day, which I had not had in years. I had had no hours with no headaches prior to this. I'm sure that's terrible grammar, but I don't know how else to explain that. Then the other thing I started noticing was I was not having a 2 p.m. crash. I was sitting in car rider line and not falling asleep. Like, amazing. So then I started losing weight. Okay. And I have lost over 35 pounds and been able to keep it off easily. And it was like, as soon as my blood sugar got balanced, that weight just started coming off. Yes, I kept my diet the same. I still drink lots of water, all the things. But until I got everything regulated and where it needed to be at, it was not my body's priority to let go of that weight. And it wasn't going to happen. And so let's see, what else? You guys saw me mix my Slim with my Hydrate. When I drink that before bed, one of the things that I have noticed is I don't wake up with a headache in the morning, which for me is huge. I basically have no joint swelling anymore. I can be on my feet a lot and do great as far as that goes. I've lost a ton of inflammation in my face. That was one of the first places that I noticed it. Trying to think what else. Pain levels in general all throughout my body are tremendously better. And so I use 2 products that Plexus makes for those 2. That your person who invited you can go over all that cool info, but I'm trying to think. I think that's the majority of it. Oh, the other thing that I would say though, is the big thing with using our products is consistency. So sticking with the product, using it consistently and drinking lots of water, like the half your body weight plus 20 ounces is how you will see the products work so well over time. And so I'm still seeing improvements, and I've been on the products for just about 2 years. So anyway, that's my story. I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their schedule and showing up here and learning about the products. Make sure that you reach out to your person who invited you. Tell them that you made it here, and ask them any questions that you might have. And let's see if this could be a good fit for you. Okay, good night, guys.